Hi everyone, it's Tara with Secret Bee Studio, and I have a new tutorial on how to make this adorable mini album. This mini measures 4 1/4 inches tall by 6 inches wide, and it's about an inch thick. The base is made from chipboard, and it opens up to reveal a 3-page booklet that holds all the photos. I'll show you how to make the base, the booklet inside, and how to assemble the magnetic closure of the booklet. Let's get started. We will start with the base first. You will need 4 pieces of medium weight chipboard, 2 covers cut at 4 1/4 inches tall by 6 inches wide, 1 spine piece cut at 4 1/4 inches tall by 1 inch wide, and 1 additional spine top piece, which is optional, cut at 4 1/8 inch tall by 7/8 inches wide. You will also need pattern paper to cover all of these chipboard pieces. You will need 2 covers cut at 5 1/4 inches tall by 7 inches wide, 2 pieces for the spine, one cut at 5 1/4 inches tall by 3 3/4 inches wide, and one for the inside cut to 4 inches tall by 3 inches wide, and then the top spine cover cut at 5 inches tall by 1 3/4 inches wide. Again, this piece is optional, which you will see later in the video. The construction of the spine is very important, so we're going to complete this piece first. Take your large spine chipboard piece and adhere it to the center back or wrong side of your pattern paper. I will be using score tape for a strong hold, but feel free to use your favorite dry adhesive. Once this chipboard is adhered, you can use a bone folder to make sure it's nice and smooth. We will be just folding over the top and bottom pieces of the patterned paper onto the chipboard piece. And you can make the folding a bit easier by prepping the edges as I show in the video. Apply adhesive to the full width of both top and bottom edges and then fold over and adhere. So now we have the outside of the spine covered, and we will use the smaller piece of pattern paper to cover the inside, as it will be visible in the album. Apply adhesive to the back outside long edges of the pattern paper and to the chipboard itself, and adhere, making sure it's centered. Set this piece aside. Now let's work on the covers. Apply adhesive to the chipboard cover and adhere directly in the center of the back or wrong side of the patterned paper. Again, prep the edges to make folding them over a little easier, and then make a mark using a pencil on all 4 corners at a diagonal. I use this special tool to make sure my marks are all straight, but you could just use another scrap of chipboard to make the marks. Once that is done, trim all of the corner pieces off at the diagonal marks. Apply adhesive to all of the edges, and then adhere the long edges onto the chipboard first. Use a bone folder to push in the tiny end pieces so that when the shorter edges are folded over and adhered, you will get nice, sharp corners. Fold over and adhere the shorter edges of your patterned paper, and then do the exact same process for the other cover. We will be adhering the front and back cover pieces to the outside edges of the spine piece as shown. Here I am just prepping and folding the edges of the spine piece before I adhere the covers. We will be adhering the covers to the spine right at the crease as shown. Apply adhesive to the outside edge of the spine and the outside edge of the cover, and then adhere, making sure everything is straight and that the cover will fold over. Once the cover is attached, adhere the second cover in the exact same way. Now we need to cover the inside of the chipboard. I use the same pattern paper as I used on the front, but it would also be very cute to use a contrasting pattern. You will need 2 pieces of pattern paper cut to 4 inches tall by 5 3/4 inches wide. Apply adhesive to the back of the pattern paper and adhere them to the center of the inside covers. For the inside booklet, there will be 3 sections. They are all made with pattern paper that will be scored. The first page is represented here with the 2 pieces of gray patterned paper. One is cut at 4 inches tall by 5 1/2 inches wide, and the second is cut at 4 inches tall by 7 inches wide. The second page is represented by the brown pattern paper here, and it is cut at 4 inches tall by 10 1/4 inches wide. The third page is the cream pattern paper, and it is cut at 4 inches tall by 10 inches wide. Start with the 2 pieces of the same patterned paper. Take the piece that is 7 inches long and place it pattern side up onto the scoreboard with the long edge at the top. Score this piece at 3 inches and 3 3/4 inches. Then take the smaller 5 1/2 inch piece and place it pattern side up on the scoreboard with the long edge at the top and score at 2 inches and 2 3/4 inches. Fold on all the score lines using a bone folder for a nice crisp edge. Place these 2 pieces pattern side down on a flat surface with the 7-inch long piece on the left and the 5 1/2 inch piece on the right, and tape them together with a small piece of tape. Tape on both sides. Don't worry about the tape showing, as it will be covered. Set this piece aside. Take your second page piece, measuring 4 inches by 10 1/4 inches, and place it on the scoreboard with the pattern facing you and the long edge at the top. Score this piece at 4 inches and 4 1/2 inches. Finally, take your third page piece, measuring 4 inches by 10 inches, and again, place it on the scoreboard with the pattern facing you and the long edge at the top, and score at 5 3/4 inches and 6 inches. Fold on all of the score lines and use a bone folder for a sharp edge. The next step is adhering all of the inside pages together. We will start with the third page and adhere the outside spine to the inside spine of the second page as shown in the video. And then we will do the same process with the second page to the first page. Apply adhesive to the outside pattern spine of the first page. This spine is 1/4 inch wide and will be adhered directly in the center of the inside of page 2. Use the spine score lines of page 2 to help you align page 1 correctly. Go ahead and adhere. Then we will do the same process with the second page, which has a spine width of 1/2 inch. Apply adhesive to the outside pattern spine of page 2 and adhere it directly into the center of the inside spine of page 1, which is off to the left side. Use the score lines on page 1 to help you align correctly and adhere. This is what the completed inside section will look like. To complete the book, we will adhere the entire back section of page 1 onto the inside back of the chipboard album. Apply heavy-duty adhesive to the entire back of page 1 and adhere to the center of your chipboard album, making sure to bring the spines of the inside pages up to, but not interfering with, the fold of the album so that it will close correctly. Now let's work on the magnetic closure of the front page. Keeping the inside pages flat will help you to assemble this closure. I use a stamp block that is 3/4 inch thick to hold my pages up, but feel free to use whatever you have on hand. The first page, when closed, should have a gap of 1/2 inch. I will be using this bracket and a strip of paper cut to 3/4 inch by 10 inches for the closure. Fold the strip of paper in half with the desired pattern showing and put adhesive in the center and adhere it to one edge of the bracket. Decide on the placement of your bracket on the right-hand side of the page and adhere, making sure your adhesive is only on the right-hand page and doesn't stick to the pages underneath if the bracket is hanging over. Once the bracket is completely placed, adhere one small magnet on the inside of the folded strip of paper. You will want this magnet placed where it will line up with the other magnet approximately 1/4 inch from the left-hand page edge. Place adhesive on top of the magnet inside the strip as well and then adhere the strip together. Place the coordinating magnet on the back side of the strip, sticking to the magnet that's inside. Apply adhesive to that magnet, I'm using glossy accents here, and then close the page and adhere. Once everything is adhered and dried, embellish the strip and trim the strip of paper as you would like and adhere completely together if you wish. When you decorate the pages of the album, you will cover up that other magnet. Now, remember that top spine piece that was optional? This is the piece of chipboard that measures 4 1/8 inches tall by 7/8 inches wide, and it's coordinating pattern paper that measures 5 inches tall by 1 3/4 inches wide. Apply adhesive to the back of this spine piece and adhere to the wrong side of the patterned paper in the center. Prep your edges, trim the corners, and add adhesive to all of the edges and adhere. The paper doesn't need to cover all of the chipboard as you will be adhering this side to the spine of the album and you will not see it. You can adhere this piece onto the center of the album spine and embellish as you wish. I created another top spine piece with chipboard star charms attached on thread that are strung through a mini eyelet and secured on the back side. I then apply adhesive and adhere to the spine of my album. Again, this top spine piece is optional, but I think it adds a nice detail. Here's my mini album all complete. I added a sweet sentiment sticker to the spine, and on the inside, I added some journaling paper that I can write my memories on later. You can see I covered the magnet that was showing with more pattern paper and added a foam sticker and some enamel dots. I added pattern paper photo mats to all of the inside pages, topped those with my pictures, and embellished. You can see how the last page, where the tape is totally covered with a pattern paper photo mat and lots of buttons. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and making your own adorable mini album. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.